Hello, Brett Bramble here once again from the Natural Growth Institute. Very lucky to be here with the very famous John Woodfield. John, we're here in Canberra at the Australian exhibit of the National Dahlia Championships. And it's been hosted by New South Wales Victoria Society. Sorry, New South Wales ACT Dahlia Society. And John, you've been growing with the society since 1966. My goodness, you're a famous name amongst these circles, and you're a very astute grower. A lot of people look to you for guidance. You grow hundreds of different dahlias. You're often grand champion. You've got plenty of winners in this weekend's event, and you're going to give us a bit of a walkthrough and share some of the stories of some of the blooms, John.
We will.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
3.
Right, we're going through the entries of the nines for the big championship here today. And the first of it is a local entry from somebody who couldn't be with us due to some virus that's spreading around.
Should we mention names or just spot it out on the video?
It's just unfortunate, but with the help from the ladies from Cooma, we've been able to get some of the better blooms.
And he's fared well.
The interesting thing about this lot of things is there's a lot of things bred in different places. Like you're looking at Queensland, Victoria, Yass, New South Wales, Queensland, another local grower who is no longer with us, some Robert Curl,
right?
Some down Mittagong way, and then we have Victorians and a flower that is as old as I am, born somewhere in the vicinity of the Berlin Olympics, a thing called Linda Harris.
Very famous dahlia. I've heard that name mentioned it plenty of times, John.
Very famous thing. And
wow, it's a beautiful bloom.
Yes, and there we have most of an interesting thing about the entries is most of it is Australian raised and varied places. Over here we come on to the cricket, which is seeing better days now that the heat has got it.
Right.
But again, it's a flower that's almost as old as Linda Harris.
Gotcha.
Then we've got some Victorians and things that are gone very well and enjoyable here today.
Because it has been a challenging season with the chaos weather. It's hasn't been as hot as usual, and had a lot more rain.
The weather is showing from the dropping of the backs of the flowers some humidity rather than anything. It's easier to grow good flowers in a drought than it is with all this rain.
Right.
And again, we've got a lovely lot from Victoria, and it's great to see the interest from the different states. And a wonderful entry with the reserve and grand champion Dahlia of the show.
Yes, absolutely.
Lovely.
And John, just while we're talking here too, I just remembered a bit of a story about you. You compete in the Royal Sydney Easter Show there quite a fair few times, haven't you?
Well, we started somewhere around 1970. Our first trips to Sydney Royal with 2 7 and 5-year-olds on the front seat as well in the car, and the flowers in the back. No seat belts in those days, and somehow we got there. It was a 4.5-hour trip in those days.
Wow.
And great educational.
I remember you telling that story at the National Dahlia Conference there about 4 years ago, about 2018, and you had us all captivated with your stories about all your events and how early you get up in the morning and what's involved.
We're talking leaving at 11 o'clock at night to have the flowers up by 8 and your vehicle out of the Sydney Royal. Got easier as the road got better.
And you were doing it up to fairly recently too, weren't you, John?
Yes. The last time June and I exhibited and were most successful was 2016.
Well, that's only not long ago. It's
I've,
not
I,
even
I've entered a couple of times with Graham Davis
right.
since, and then they barred us as accommodation.
Fair enough. Too much competition for them, huh?
Yeah, they reckon it wasn't fair. Yet but as we go along, you can see how the backs of the flowers are dropping in the just from the weather.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
unfortunate
Yes.
that we've been able to enjoy all this still today with the help of the Victorians.
Yes, it's still a good show, nevertheless, and
Wonderful show.
yes,
Yeah. The great Peter Hill has done very well locally, and
and a few of the ladies have done all right too, John.
Yeah, and here we. There's some new varieties coming on the market. Some local growers who are breeding some nice new stuff.
Yeah.
Some Queensland and locally, and it's making a granite
Queen bee.
bee.
Yeah.
Really takes people's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Bred in Queensland.
That was a Queensland bred one, was it?
Yes, it's in the granite country.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where it got its name. We go along and we come to some of the lesser lights of the show, which are showing their weather damage. People shouldn't be afraid to enter. These things happen. And here we come upon one of our own locally bred things. Oh, we have to bring another one tomorrow.
Alrighty, who's bred that one?
Woodfields.
That's you.
One of ours.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's a very good collarette, even though it's only a one colour collarette.
Yes.
Which in the early days was a barred item that you should have had a different size coloured collar on it.
Right.
We got dissertation 5 years ago for New South Wales and Tassie to put one colour.
Right.
And this is the result.
Right.
And the form is better than most collarettes.
Got you. And you call that
Woden Hope.
Woden Hope.
Hope that we get some better ones.
Love it. How are you, Jimmy? Oh, slow. Now we come to some of the single flowers of the show. Gives the opportunity to the newcomer and the person with not many flowers to be able to just put one flower up rather than have to put three. Gotcha. And you have a novice division as well as intermediate?
We have novice and progressive and open.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah. In other words, you can start and work your way up.
So anybody with one flower can come along and be part of it as a novice?
Yes, or this is the open section. There's still ones within that to ease yourself into the open.
Gotcha.
Another Woodfield introduction.
Which one's that one, John?
That is Woden White Light. It's a single dahlia.
It's a larger one, isn't it?
Yes, it's a single.
Yeah.
And one of the better singles on the market at the moment.
Woden White Light.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
And looks like you got the award this time for other dahlia type.
Yep.
Well done, John and June.
Yeah, no, it's just passed. And one of the prettiest flowers that you will ever grow is Kilgai Anne, which, as long as we don't turn it round, it is lovely. It is a real lady's flower.
Yes, I've heard Gerard Oldfield talk about this on many occasions, and
it really is.
obviously he's showing it this time and got first prize for that category.
Yes.
So Well done, Jared.
Yeah,
And you grow that one too, do you, John?
you don't any longer.
Right.
I've reduced too many numbers.
Yeah, you've got a limited size patch.
Very, very soft as it looks.
Right.
And I do not grow under sail.
Oh, you don't grow in the sail, you're
No.
open.
I'm very much at open.
Gotcha.
And then we've got some more interesting novice people starting. And this is good. This is another local grower who is doing very well for a novice.
That's Andrew
The
Clark,
flowers
is it?
are yeah, Andrew Clark.
Oh, he's in the novice section and
Yes,
he's
just
produced
starting.
a big Zorro there.
Yeah, he's just starting, and it's
Well done, Andrew.
great to see this.
Great job.
Yeah. 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 And there's one of Rob's larks that he's brought from Portland. And
Okay, Rob's Stark's brought a Bracken Sarah.
he's the secretary of the New South Wales ACT Dahlia Society,
Gotcha.
as well as the Daffodil Society.
Yes, heard Bracken Sarah mentioned a fair few times.
Yes.
Beautiful bloom, that one.
Yeah, yes, Bracken Sarah bred in the Bracken Ridge in Queensland.
Right.
That's where the bracken comes from. Gyra Gold, it's from Gyra. Lovely colour.
Yes.
Flowers there are not so hot, but
Yeah. Yeah.
under a normal year, that is a very good flower.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gyra Gold.
yeah. And that was our first introduction to breeding, Leslie Frieda.
Okay, that's one of your breeds.
That is my very first introduction.
Leslie Frieda. And how long's that bloom been around for, John?
Since about 1974 or 5.
Yeah, right.
June didn't want it named after her, so it was named after my mother,
Oh, okay.
Leslie Frieda Smith.
So
as
it's
she was.
basically been around 50 years. You've been keeping those tubers going all that time.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that might nearly do it, would it, Bert?
Yeah, that's great, John. Appreciate those few words.
Okay,
Well done.
thank you.